Hey, Mike, how you been?
Hey, man, it's great to be back.
I was going to say, it's been a while since you were in the office.
Yeah, it's been a while since Swamp Show, and we got a very green studio today.
Well, I mean, you told me go put green stuff on, so
Yeah.
I've got my S-Tac Daedon and some Victos gloves here. Why am I wearing green?
Because you are Rambo. You look odd. I love the Victos. You look like you could punch through a glass window with those things.
Dude, these are really comfortable. It's kind of hard for me to find gloves in my size. I'm pretty happy with these, actually.
And the S-Tac it's a Daedon, and it's got a quick detach thing. It's a
Yeah,
really
so
cool chest rig.
yeah, they actually came up with a way to do easily removed mag pouches. Pop these guys here. It comes off via Velcro, and if you want to take the thing off, you just grab these, pull straight down, and then you can take it off.
That's
so
amazing.
It's surprisingly comfortable.
Really cool. It looks good. Even though we are inside headquarters with the door locked, and you probably don't need 3 mags, that's all right. Your security.
No, I don't need 3 mags. I need 13, but you know.
So he is wearing green, and we're in a green studio because we're talking about green dot optics today. We have got green dots in the Liberty and Justice now, the Sentinel automatic and manual. We've got them in the Liberator II. And so this video is for folks who are considering, okay, I'm used to red dots, or I'm going to try out one of these, reflex type optics for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Should I go red or should I go green? If that is your question, this video is your answer.
Yep.
So so we have them now. They are out. They're on the street. People are trying them out. Why did we do green? What's the point of doing a green dot?
Well, there's a few different benefits and reasons for it. First of all, being, as you've said in the past, we listen to our customers, and people were screaming from the rooftops, when are you going to do green?
Right.
So with that much enthusiasm, we looked into, why do people want green so much?
Right.
And
obviously the customer wants it. Why is the customer interested in this?
Yeah, and there's a couple tangible benefits for it. First of which being is green, because of the way our eyes work, naturally appears brighter to our eyes than any other color on the spectrum of light.
That's why old school night vision was always on a green field, right? So your eye sees it best.
Exactly. So they didn't need to drive it nearly as hard. It lasted a little longer battery-wise. So there was science behind it. It actually appears about 20 to 30 times brighter to most human eyes than any of the other colors of the spectrum.
20 to 30 times brighter. That does sound pretty damn significant.
It is. So one of the things that we looked at was, okay, when we're going to get into this, what are the most common types of greens that we want to look at? Most manufacturers, including ourselves, aim for certain spots on a scale that's referred to as nanometers of light. Okay. So reds are usually going to appear in around the 650 range. Greens, most people seem to like it in around the 540-ish. That's about right in the dead center of the different colors of green. And that allows us to have a brighter, crisper appearing dot while not having to just wreck our battery life. So it actually gives you a tangible benefit.
Okay, and I think one of those benefits, I've been playing with these.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a production level green, I've got a production red, and I've been playing with them all morning. And I think one of the things the first thing that really stood out to me immediately was that, as I've talked about before, I have astigmatism. Mm-hmm. So I never see a clean red dot. I've got a whole video up on YouTube about how astigmatism affects me and how it sucks and everything and what it looks like for me. And the green one's way better for me, for my eyes. And I've talked to some other employees. We've been talking about the testing guys and everything. And that seems to be fairly common, that it's not just me, sample size of one guy, but there are other people out there that find that it messes with their astigmatism less, and they see a cleaner dot, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it has to do with the way that the light impacts and is appearing to the rods and cones in our eyes. There's a whole bunch of science that goes along with it. And the funny thing is, even the optometrists that we talked to weren't able to nail down why, but it does seem that the vast majority of people out there, if you have an astigmatism, look at a green dot, chances are it will actually appear as a correct dot to you.
And I think part of that is, my personal theory is that unless I'm at max blast, which I was this morning because I was looking at white walls with the sun hitting them, right, which is a whole different thing. But unless I'm at max blast, I can turn down the green to a lower level and still see a good contrast against the target. So if I have the red, I might want to be on setting 7 or 8. And if I have the green, I might be on setting 5 or 6. And I still, am still shootable either way. Yep. I can shoot this at a lower battery level than I can shoot this and be happy with my shooting and my sight picture. And that's why we found out, I'm going to lead you into this, that's why we found out that in real life, the green seems to have a slightly better battery life, even though on the box, on the side of the box, it's all the same, right?
Right. When it came to the actual testing of how much draw we're getting out of it, they're about the same. So there was no reason for us to adjust anything as far as like how much battery life we're getting. But in real world usage, taking things like shake and wake and things like that out of the equation, most people are going to run their green optic at a level or two lower than the red. So you're naturally going to get a little bit more battery life out of it because you don't have to drive it at as high a level in order to get the contrast that you're looking for.
Right. But when you do drive it at that high level and it is on maximum blast, I see the green better against a white background. My home range that I sometimes show on the YouTube channel, we shoot at white painted steel targets, and the green will be better against the white painted steel. I think on black for me it's kind of a tie, but on white targets the green is superior for me.
Same for on tan. So if you're shooting like IPSC, USPSA, silhouettes, whatever, I found that the green appeared as a cleaner, crisper dot. The red's really good, especially for low light. I find red to still be a little easier. But the green in just abusively bright environments, it's easier for me to track, and I still have a cleaner dot to aim with. We do think that there's another color out there that might be even better for people with astigmatisms, but that's going to be a totally different cake to bake. So that'll come way down the line. We're doing testing now. But for now, if you do have an astigmatism, I would strongly recommend take a look at a green dot
instead of the red.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
That's my recommendation too. And one of the questions that I've seen people post online about is, well, what about, I'm not shooting at an indoor range with, careful lighting and a white target. I shoot in my backyard, and it's all trees and it's grass. Why would I want a green dot on a green grass and green trees? Is it going to wash out? Yeah. And is that an issue with these or not?
So that's kind of the same issue that you run into with people with like open reflex sights and their never-ending worry of, well, what if it rains and a drop gets in there and it scatters the... It wasn't a thing. It was a logical concern, but it wasn't a thing. Same with this when we take it out and we actually use it in green environments because, one, it is still much brighter than the surrounding areas, and two, you're the one steering the dot. So because of things like proprioception and kinesthesia, you are the one steering that point of light. You're actually going to have an easier time distinguishing it from a similar colored background.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it to wash out more than maybe once, and it was one of those settings of perfect light alignment.
If you gamed it, you can.
I could make it do it
too.
maybe, but I can do that with red too. I mean, bring up a red dot in low light around like tail lights or something. Okay, well now what are you looking for? You can find something wrong in any situation, but the whole idea of, well, I'm in a forest, I have a green dot, what's going to happen? It wasn't a thing.
Yeah, I played around with the prototype, and I felt the same way, that just because the human eye is based so much on movement, that I can see the movement of the dot versus the background, and I never really lost track of it. So
exactly.
That was what I also found out in my playing around with the prototypes. I think if you are new to this game and you have not gotten a chance to just look at one at a store, or go to the range and have a buddy show you his or something like that, the advice that I would give is, if you have tried fiber optic front sights on pistols, if you like a green fiber optic front sight, this is like a green fiber optic front sight that's in a window it's not surrounded by metal and all of that stuff. It's like a green fiber optic front sight that's even brighter. And if you like that, you should try this out. If you prefer red to green, hey, we're still going to be making the red ones. If you like that green fiber optic front sight on your pistol and you don't like the green, maybe it's not for you. There is some personal preference here.
Oh yeah.
And we will still be making red dots. But if you like a green fiber optic front sight, if you have astigmatism, if you want a little bit of a battery life improvement, you might want to try one out.
Yeah, it's definitely worth taking a look at.
Yeah. Guys, that is it for this video. Great to see you again. That was great.
Have a good one, guys.